Hey guys, earlier today I got myself a Neovision Zidane. Now we're going to use him on a trial. So we're going to go to the only trial in the game that I have not completed all missions on, which is Scorn of Ymir hard mode. I never did it in 10 turns when this trial first came out. I tried it. I was pretty far off damage. Honestly, I probably did have the resources and the units to build a team to 10 turn it, but I figured I'd just lazy mode it and wait till I get a better DPS and make it a little bit easier on myself. Well, today I got Zidane, he's a better DPS, so we're going to go back to Scorn of Ymir and use him as basically a solo damage dealer, while we, just like we did with Vivi, we're going to build a team to let Zidane have his fun. So this is the team we're going to use. So we're going to use FaZe, who is going to be our passive provoker, death immunity, also cover, etc. She's going to be doing our Holy Imbue and Holy Amplify. Shift form has some auto limit, as well as some, what's it called? Some auto buffing. Shira is going to be entrusting pretty much every single turn. He has enough hit points to survive the fixed attack, and he's going to be auto healing and entrusting pretty much every turn. Yeah, that's it. Gilgamesh is base form, you know, whatever kind of. Shift form, dual wielding spears. We're not really doing it for damage. We gave him 1,000 needles for Mirage, and he's going to be a support. He's going to do the imperils, the breaks, and the spear break. He has dual wielding spears to break the shell. Fid is going to be a healer, aqua killer, backup breaker, etc. Her gear is mostly irrelevant. We just need some healing, and we're good for that. And then Zidane. Base form, we just use an auto attack or auto attack buff materia, and he's going to chip in damage a little bit. Not really, honestly. The real damage comes from his transform. He's got 5k attack, a lot of LB damage, a lot of killers. We got maxed out LB damage, maxed out Aqua Killer, and 5k attack. And then the friend, I just grabbed the tag chainer on an Esper I needed. He's on Kokuryu. Base form, don't really care. Shift form, he's got 225 Aqua Killer. It's going to help out, you know, a decent amount. He doesn't have an auto attack, Yeah, he didn't equip an auto buff attack materia, you know. Boo, but it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, so we're going to use him as a tag chainer and just you know, tag chain to help cap our Zidane. And our Zidane is going to spam his trance LB every turn with Entrust. But first we got to deal with the shell. The shell is the big problem. So we need to fill Shira on turn 1. So we're going to do a stat buff and a double AoE LB fill with Zidane. So we can entrust over to FaZe. So FaZe can shift and do a general mitigation buff for the team. Because the fixed attack ignores cover, but general mitigation does work. And that'll lower the damage to the point where Shira can survive it. We're going to go ahead and shift Gilgamesh. I'm going to start using his spear break to break that shell with, well, his spear break. Let's go ahead and start breaking that shell. Break gauges are annoying. Alright, Fid is going to stat break, heal, and then Aqua Killer. We're just going to set her up for a repeat. Now we need to break the head with attack power break. So there we go. And we'll shift the last ball Reagan. We'll do a fire imperil and then start a little bit of tag chaining on the shell. But until the shell's gauge is broken, we really can't do anything. So Zidane, I think I mentioned, is like Vivi, where his transform is where all the real damage is. But his transform is a 4-turn duration and a 5-turn cooldown. So we're going to be using Zidane in the base form as like just pure support, really, until the shell is dealt with. So we're going to now use FaZe to cover and imbue Holy to the team. We can swap to just tag chaining. Gilgamesh is going to just break the gauge 3 times. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. All right, and we're gonna use Zidane to LB here. It's not gonna proper chain or anything. I can just warn you right now. Yeah, it's his base form LB is like a, I think it's triple Stardust Ray. I don't know for sure. It's a 30 hitter. Maybe it's single cast Aurora Ray. I don't know, but yeah, it's not gonna chain. His shift form LB is a single hit finisher though, so that'll be easy. Alright, so now this is going to be the tricky part right here. We need Gilgamesh to break the shell here. We also need Mirage, though. It's a little tricky. Okay, you know what? We actually don't need Mirage. We're going to use Phasey to... Because this is a physical damage turn. We're going to use Phasey to AoE re-raise and Amplify. This is fine. Let's go ahead and entrust. So we're going to lose Shira here, but he'll just re-raise. It's not a big deal. We're going to use Fid to break the... Does Fid actually imperil Holy? With her Magnus? I think she does, doesn't she? She does not. Never mind. Yeah, so we're just gonna... do it this way. This is fine. It's not gonna do the proper damage. Yeah, next turn. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Alright, so Fid, we'll just reload. And okay, so we're gonna lose our Gilgamesh here. Not Gilgamesh, we're gonna lose our Shira here, but he's gonna re-raise. It's okay. Yeah, ouch. Alright, we have to do the LB here. Shira will entrust over here. We're just going to use Gilgamesh to 1,000 Needles, so we survive this. Alright. The shell's not imperiled either, which is a problem. Alright. We need to break this. Yeah, I'm noticing a little bit of problems here. Oh, no problem at all. We're good. Yep, we're good. The shell is gone. Look at that. We are fine. Okay, so turn 4 is another physical turn, but we're gonna Mirage it with 1,000 Needles. Yeah, we're fine. We're fine. Totally fine. Okay, so now we're going back into magic mode. Magic mode, we need to cover and imbue. We're going to entrust over to Zidane. Gilgamesh is going to break, imperil, and that's pretty much it. Alright, so now we're going to shift Zidane. And we're going to... You know what? We're not going to shift Zidane, actually. We're going to wait one more turn. So let me think. We're going to wait... 6, 7, 8, 9. I can wait one more turn and shift, which means I can use this turn with the friend to give himself an attack buff for later. Does it really matter? Not really. We're gonna do it anyway. And we're gonna use Zidane to put up his LB buff again. Yeah, and the real damage comes... Okay, the real damage is gonna start next turn. Next turn we're gonna start it up. Let's do a mana regen. Let's do a heal and this. Okay. So turn 5 is a magical turn. It's gonna hurt Phasey a little bit, but not much really, honestly. We'll be fine. Yeah, magic doesn't really hurt Phasey. What am I saying? Okay, now we're gonna shift Zidane and we're gonna start his serious damage. We're going to tag 3 times with the friend. We're going to entrust to Zidane. So Zidane's LB is a stacking LB. The first cast is going to do kind of low damage. The second cast is going to do moderate damage. And then every cast after that will be at max damage for the rest of the fight. Unfortunately, it's going to be a short fight. We're not going to see his full potential. But it'll be okay. Turn 6 is a magical turn. Let's go ahead and... We already have cover. Let's put up a re-imbue. And I guess we'll do a mitigation on Phasey, I suppose. Alright, so let's hope I chain this proper, or time this proper. So this first hit is going to be relatively weak. Yeah, not really super powerful. We can just reload this. We can reload this. Alright, So the second hit will do more damage, and then the next 2 hits will do the most damage. Unfortunately, the LB buff from Zidane's base form is a 4-turn buff, which really means 3 turns. So the last turn of Zidane's shift is not going to have an LB buff, and no one on this turn can actually buff LB, which is a little bit of an irritation. Alright, so it's a physical turn again. We need Mirage. We're going to entrust over to Zidane, who is going to LB, and we're going to cap this LB. I think we need the Amplify before we do anything. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so we're going to send and then cap. Not bad, not bad. Okay, so at this point, Zidane has used his LB twice. His permanent modifier for his LB, unless he dies, but he's not going to die, is now active for the rest of the fight. But his base form LB damage buff only has 1 more turn. So next turn is going to be the most damage Zidane can ever do. Unfortunately, the 4th turn of his shift mode will not have the LB buff anymore. So that's a little irritating. If you brought someone on the team to use an LB buffer, it'd be fine, but we don't have one. So let's go ahead and Mirage again. Let's go ahead and trust over to Zidane so we can do that nice cap. Phasey. Let's put up cover, and this is actually a physical turn, but we're using cover anyway. And let's go ahead and re-imbue. Yeah, and perils and all are still up. Okay, this might even kill the boss, honestly, because at this point Zidane is at max power, and he does have 1 more turn of the LB damage boost right there, the LB buff at the top of the list right there, LB damage up from the base form. So he might even one-shot the boss, or not one-shot. He might finish the boss here, or he might come up a little bit short. Oh, we got it. Okay, Zidane, 3 LBs. We still had 1 turn remaining of his transform. His buff would have worn off, and if you have an external buffer, that was the turn you would use it, like, you know, Realm or Lumina or the new updated Titus, etc. Or if you're using 2 Zidanes, you could actually alternate them and keep the buff up. You could stagger their rotations, and it would be pretty cool. So there is my my final mission. I now have every single trial in the game, content complete, with all missions on everything. Yeah, that was the only one that I never had the mission done on, is Scorn of Ymir, but now I do. Okay, so there was Zidane, the little, you know, hoppy monkey boy. Okay, so I guess now I need to go and plan what I'm doing for Dark Visions tomorrow on Global. So okay. I'll see you guys next time. Later.